So you've got a brand new web project in the works, but where's your content coming from? Whenever we take on a new web project, one of the biggest hurdles to the process is always where the content is coming from. It happens all the time. We come up with a very clear web strategy, including all the different types of content: testimonials, images, landing pages, overviews, staff bios, you name it. And the client says, no problem, we'll take care of all of that content on our end. But there's two big problems with this. The first is they don't have the time to come up with the content very quickly. And we do need that content in order to start the design process, because the content is really what drives the conversions, and the design is only meant to support that. And the second part of the problem is they don't understand how to write web copy that sells. And along similar lines, if we're talking about images, they're not exactly professional photographers. So what happens in this case? The project stalls until our client has had enough time to write and gather all the content in order for us to even start. As you can imagine, this is a huge productivity problem. It can take a simple process that should take no more than a month, stretched out into multiple months, and we've waited as long as a year before a project was actually ready to go. And in some rare cases, the project is just abandoned altogether. Now, this is really sad because our client came to us wanting something new, but then once they saw the work involved, they decided whatever they had originally was preferable to actually having to come up with that kind of content on their own. And when we do get it, it's usually focused on the wrong things because, again, they're not well versed in writing persuasive web copy. So we end up getting copy that will talk a lot about them as a business and not putting it into context that the customers care about. So the easy solution to this is to work with a copywriter who specializes in writing web copy. And you might be thinking, we're a startup. We can't really afford to work with a copywriter. But the point is, it pays for itself very quickly because it's written in such a way that persuades people to actually buy from you. You get more customers, you get more leads. So basically it pays for itself over time. And a web writer also knows how to write for search engines. They can put your keywords that you want to rank for very strategically within the body copy. So really it's a twofer. You're getting more sales, and then you're getting more sales again because you're actually being found for the terms you want to rank for when people search within Google. So the moral of the story is it's not really an expense if you get a good return on your investment. So if you either don't have the time or aren't skilled at coming up with the type of content that's going to make your website as persuasive as it can be, then you're probably going to want to work with a professional copywriter. So if you're working with a web design agency, you're going to want to ask if they work with a copywriter. And if they don't, you're going to probably want to find one on your own that can work in conjunction with your web design agency to give the best possible product in the end. And if you're wondering, how is this copywriter going to know our business well enough to actually write about it? Well, that's easy, and it's actually a pretty interesting process where they will actually sit down with you and interview you and talk to you, pick your brain all about your business. So at the end, they'll have a really good sense of how to frame it. And even better than that, they can establish a tone that complements your brand identity. And all of this goes for your images as well. So basically, you're going to want to hire an agency that has either access to a large library of photos, or you're going to want to spend a few extra dollars to hire for some custom photography, which you'll definitely want if you're doing staff photos or any kind of photos within your office or product photos, anything like that. You're going to want to really hire professionals to do that. Working with a pro will really make your site look that much more credible, which is half the battle here. All right, that'll do it for this time. For more videos like this, click this button to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can click this button if you want to see what we can do for you and apply for a strategy call. All right, I'm Wes McDowell with The Deep End. See you next time.